We're also increasing security in the Western Hemisphere and taking back the Panama Canal from malign Chinese influence. It is key terrain, after all. China did not build that canal. We did. And we will not allow China to weaponize it or control it. Deterrence starts in our own backyard. But beyond our borders and beyond our neighborhood, we are reorienting toward deterring aggression by Communist China. Let me begin by saying we do not seek conflict with Communist China. We will not instigate nor seek to subjugate or humiliate. President Trump and the American people have an immense respect for the Chinese people and their civilization. But we will not be pushed out of this critical region. And we will not let our allies and partners be subordinated and intimidated. China seeks to become a hegemonic power in Asia, no doubt. It hopes to dominate and control too many parts of this vibrant and vital region. Through its massive military buildup and growing willingness to use military force to achieve its goals, including gray zone tactics and hybrid warfare, China has demonstrated that it wants to fundamentally alter the region's status quo. We cannot look away, and we cannot ignore it. China's behavior toward its neighbors and the world is a wake-up call, and an urgent one. China uses its vast and sophisticated cyber capabilities to steal technology and attack critical infrastructure in your countries and in the United States as well. These actions not only compromise our countries, but endanger the lives of our citizens. In the South China Sea, China harasses its neighbors, many of which are here in the room today. China seeks to intimidate you in your own waters. Again, to be clear, any attempt by Communist China to conquer Taiwan by force would result in devastating consequences for the Indo-Pacific and the world. There's no reason to sugarcoat it. The threat China poses is real, and it could be imminent. We hope not, but it certainly could be. Facing these threats, we know that many countries are tempted by the idea of seeking both economic cooperation with China and defense cooperation with the United States. Now, that is a geographic necessity for many. But beware the leverage that the CCP seeks with that entanglement. Economic dependence on China only deepens their malign influence and complicates our defense decision space during times of tension. You see, here in the Indo-Pacific, our futures are bound together. The prosperity and security of the American people are linked to those of your people. We share your vision of peace and stability, of prosperity and security. And we are here to stay. And as a matter of fact, we are here this morning, and somebody else isn't. I urge all of our allies and partners to seize this moment with us. Our defense spending must reflect the dangers and threats that we face today. Because deterrence doesn't come on the cheap. Just ask the American taxpayer. Time is of the essence. We must step up and move out with urgency. And it's hard to believe a little bit, after some trips to Europe, that I'm saying this, but thanks to President Trump, Asian allies should look to countries in Europe as a newfound example. NATO members are pledging to spend 5% of their GDP on defense, even Germany. So it doesn't make sense for countries in Europe to do that while key allies in Asia spend less on defense in the face of an even more formidable threat, not to mention North Korea. We're equipping American warfighters with the most advanced capabilities so that we remain the strongest and most lethal fighting force in the world. President Trump is spending, for the first time ever, over $1 trillion next year to do this, a 13% increase in American defense spending. The Golden Dome for America, our new sixth-generation fighter, the F-47, our new stealth bomber, the B-21, new submarines, destroyers, hypersonics, drones, you name it, it's all part of it.
We do not accept groundless accusations against China. Some of the claims are completely fabricated, some distort facts, and some are cases of a thief crying, "Stop thief." These actions are nothing more than attempts to provoke trouble, incite division, and stir up confrontation to destabilize the Asia-Pacific region. This goes against the trend of the times, lacks popular support, and is bound to fail. The original intention of holding the Shangri-La Forum is to study and address issues, not to create issues, to reduce differences, not to widen them. We should engage in honest exchanges to build mutual trust and dispel doubts. Maritime security in the Asia-Pacific is also facing serious challenges. Certain countries are wantonly promoting the formation of exclusive and confrontational cliques, significantly increasing their military presence, and frequently infringing upon the territorial sovereignty and maritime rights of other countries under the pretext of so-called freedom of navigation. They deliberately support separatist forces advocating for Taiwan independence, seriously undermining peace and stability in the Taiwan Strait. Maritime security cooperation in the Asia-Pacific is facing the grave challenge of either progressing or regressing. We propose to uphold true multilateralism and safeguard the maritime security order in the Asia-Pacific. We should adhere to the Asia-Pacific governance principles of joint consultation, joint contribution, and shared benefits. We oppose the resurgence of unilateralism and acts of power politics and bullying. We oppose turning the Asia-Pacific seas into an arena for seeking hegemony, and we firmly oppose actions that create division, obstruct reunification, and undermine the core interests of sovereign nations through illegal means. The level of Chinese representation sent each time varies, which is entirely a normal working arrangement. This does not affect the actual outcomes of articulating our defense policy concepts, engaging in communication and exchanges with various parties, and enhancing mutual understanding.
$25 करोड़ गरीब गरीबी को परास्त करके बाहर निकले।
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
The fastest news breaks.
Requested PM saying that we will have to speak to Putin and to Zelensky.
The biggest news makers.
The relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the US will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
Expert analysis.
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
Ground reports.
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry guards.
Long-form interviews.
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't bother because this is a small state.
Deep dive into burning issues.
It's often said DRC could be the richest country in the whole world. It's because of what sits underneath.
Why exactly did the US topple the Sheikh Hasina government?
HT videos. We don't just break news, we break it down.